Got a late start today. Had to take care of some things. So, I'm going to try not to. You're going to get through her. So, I want to talk to you about something. So, we're on day 6. And day 6 has us at the blue resident monkey guided by abundance. So, it's going to look like this. That symbol. Okay. I put a post of Conscious Juice. He did a short post today, and I put that up in the group. You might want to take a look at it. And the picture, I think it's the same one I put the post up with. It was about the sun, showing about the sun. And I had a friend yesterday. I thought it was really cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have to give a shout out because the same friends that brought me over my food and some of my groceries yesterday, they actually came back 2-3 hours later. Woo! With some nice organic kale chips. Now let me tell you about what happened. Okay, so when she and her guy came over the first time, they brought brought me my food, they brought me my groceries and stuff. And I was really happy to finally meet her guy. I said, yeah, you did good. Look at him. I said, look at you. So I went, hey, lovely. So then I'm pulling everything out because she had told me, oh, I'm gonna give you some of the kale chips. You like kale chips? I said, oh yeah, I love kale chips. She goes, they are organic. I made them, dehydrated them myself. I'm gonna give you some kale chips. And I said, okay. So I'm digging in the bag and I'm pulling things out and I'm like, where's the kale chips? I don't see any kale chips. There's no kale chips here. There's no kale chips. No chin chips. Nope. There's no kale chips. So then I was like, bum. And then I go back to the phone. She goes, oh, I forgot to put the kale chips in there. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, there's no kale chip. So then I told her, I said, I need to get some more of my glass so I can do some more work. And have you seen any different type of pins that are like metallic colors that you can get, da 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 da? And so we started talking about the pin things. So then I said, well, can you come by, which is today, come by on Sunday or Monday when you're off? And she goes, no, Monday I'm going to be out of town. I don't know. I heard that TOWN, then the word before it, out of town. I don't know. It kind of triggered me just a little bit, and I go, all of a sudden I shifted. I started thinking about the kale chips. And I just said very calmly, and I said, my dear, you are not leaving out of town without giving me my kale chips. And she starts laughing. I said, don't make me come over there and get them. And she goes, you can't even come down the stairs yet. And I got quiet. She's laughing. She goes, nice try. You can't even come down the stairs yet. And I go, but I have a broom. And I won't hesitate to become very cosmic, divine on my broom and fly to hell over there to get those kale chips. You're not leaving out of this town without giving me those kale chips. I don't care where you're going. I must have those chips. She couldn't stop laughing. And then my friend has got me my dish. I was having a Mexican food, like I had to have it. I had to have my favorite Mexican dish. I'm like, I need my super nacho tacos, extra beans, and I need my fish tacos. I need some chips and salsa. So 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 my friend says, I'll order them for you, and since she's gonna be over to pick up your stuff from the health food store, she can just swing by and get your food. And I said, okay, no problem. So after everything was delivered, and I get my food, you know what I'm talking about. So I get my food. I come in and I'm going through my books. I'm making my notes and stuff, and I got my machos open, and I open it up, and it's like the aroma, the love that is in the food that's being prepared, and I'm just loving. And I'm just taking in the essence of it. And I said, oh God, it's so good. And I put the first bite into my mouth, and I'm just loving it. And then I put this text out, and I said, the nachos, everything is so good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But then I go back and I enjoyed my nachos. I ate that like no problem. Saved my fish tacos for later. So then my friend, when she brought the groceries by, she put a little treat in there. Okay. And in that treat, even though the kales weren't in there, and I, finally, she said, well, I put a treat in there for you. And it was this brownie, this little tiny little brownie like that. Fudge brownie. She goes, I bought you some chocolate. And I go, okay, that might just save you. So I get the brownie. I open it up. I've never had this one before. She went to the nugget. I was kind of shocked after finding out the Roman tomatoes, the Ramon tomatoes that she brought me from Nugget were so nice, big, and juicy looking. And then when I go to Sprouts, there are these little tiny little ones, and I was like, I'm getting cheated. What is this? So I was eating the hell out of the tomatoes, and then I get the fudge brownies, and I'm like, wow, I've never had this brownie before. So I open it up, and I'm like, okay, this fudge brownie looks really good. I take a bite out of it. Now keep in mind that I'm surrendering to allowing myself to be helped. Okay, it's a difficult thing for a Capricorn person to do. All right, so I get the brownie and I bite into the brownie. When I bite into the brownie, I shifted into a different dimension. And I could have sworn I saw, like, all the hierarchies. But I mainly saw Jesus standing in front of me saying, that looks really good. And I said, it is. And I said, I'm not sharing it with you. I'm sorry. And he looks at me complex and with compassion says, why? I said, you can go just surf anywhere into a store unseen and take all the brownies that you want and nothing you want, you can go get them for free. I am sorry. I can't share this with you. As I took another bite, I came back into my senses and said, oh my God, this is such good fudge brownie. Oh my God. After that, all the visions of everything just slowly vanished. But just to know that I just was not going to share the brownie with anybody. I just couldn't do it. Nope. So I was just like texting her saying, this brownie is so good, I wouldn't even share it with Jesus. I told him he can go to the store and get it for free. No problem. No problem. I can't share it. Sorry. So let's dive into today's simple. The kin, get this kin is 111, 111. So the blue resonant monkey, and it says, hold on a minute, let me open it up a little more so I can see it. I channel in order to play inspiring illusions. I seal the process of magic with the renaissance tone of attunement. I am guided by the power of abundance. I am galactic activation portal, enter me. So with this being blue, and the planet is Venus, and the throat chakra, and then there's the earth family cardinal. Now the rune is the one that looks like a tree. Now this is gonna kind of shake someone because they had a dream about this very thing that I am going to read about, and it is on page, believe it or not, 111. What? Ken 111, page 111. What? Okay. Stay with me, lovelies. This is about to get really weird. Okay. 111. This is the one. Okay. Outside. Protection, siege in Russian, the elk. Controls of the emotions is issued here. During the time of transition shifts in the life course of accelerated self-change, it's important not to collapse yourself into your emotions, the high as well as the low. New opportunities and challenges are typically of this rune, and with them may come trespass and unwanted influences. Served by the mirror of the spiritual warrior, the ones whose battle is always with the self, the warrior protects. Protection is like the curved horns of an elk or the warning rustle of the sage grass, for both serves to keep open space around you. Remain mindful that timely right action and correct conduct are your only true protections. If you find yourself feeling pain, observe the pain, stay with it. Do not try to pull down the veil and escape from life by denying what is happening. You will progress knowing that that is your protection. So, I think it's kind of ironic that this kin is 111, and I had to turn to page 111 talking about protection. Okay, so now we're going to read the message of this, and it says we're working in the third mental area, so there's a lot of activity going on up here. Also with the fourth dimensional cosmic cube. This is displacement is how you move from one point to another point in the universe by means of resonant transduction of the etheric body along Pacific electrical lines of force. Okay, I just got an answer to something. I'm going to read this again. Pay attention. Displacement is how you move from one point to another point in the universe by means of resonant induction of the etheric body along Pacific electrical lines of force. Okay. I don't know how many of you are experiencing this fractal moment where you see something and you think that's what it is, and then you go back and read it and it's different. Like for instance, when I was in the grocery store and I was getting the taquitos for the little one, and I always get the beef cheese taquitos. Okay. When I looked at the box, it just said beef taquitos. I didn't see the word cheese. And I'm standing there like, where's the cheese one? And then she says, those are the cheese ones. Aren't you seeing it? And I go, what? And I look back, and then I see the word cheese taquito. And I'm like, wait, I just looked at this and it didn't say cheese taquito. It said just regular beef taquitos. It didn't have cheese. So I'm like, what the hell's happening? Am I on a different, like, was that like an overlay or something? And I'm like, what the hell's happening? So then, just a few minutes ago, one of my friends was telling me, she says, yeah, I had this whole weird conversation with my husband about a certain food, a Chinese restaurant I don't like, and we got into an argument about the fact that I didn't like this. So then, of course, in that morning, I wake up, and later that afternoon, we go ahead and order Chinese food, and he says, well, I'll just order what you normal I'll just order you something that you like, and so he orders it, and it turns out to be the stuff that she doesn't like, and the same thing about the food. And all right, she says it was so weird because I can't figure out if I just dreamt that, and then here we are now having an argument about the whole thing of this. And I said, it's that timeline version of ourselves. There's this, it's like this part of yourself, which is your old self living out on a different timeline. And we're in that. Remember what I showed you? We're in this. We're in this right here. Versa Pesico. We're in this. Okay? So if you're looking, this is your old you. Here's that gap. This is the new. Old timeline. Gap. Crossover. Ooh, it's blurred. New timeline. Okay? So you might be experiencing some of this happening to you, thinking, God, am I losing my mind or something? What just happened? I'm getting a weird sense of this. Okay? So you're not losing your mind. It's just the way the timelines are doing this weird thing. Okay, it's just bringing in this weirdness. So just kind of be aware of it. And this is why today I was guided to give this message as well as some new codes. Okay, so I thought this was really strange. I was seeing a lot of the videos that Juice put up what happened in Japan. They got inundated with a lot of water, like water coming up from the ground, and it's flooding everything. But this water that's coming up from the ground was crystal clear. And I said, they've been saying, Mother kept saying, she's going to have replenished waters. So I just kind of sat and I got quiet. And this is why it's really important when you get a lead on something, especially if you're a grid walker. I'm a grid walker. And that's why I told you to go pay attention to that video I put up with Empress talking about your birthday. Find out what your year that you were born. That's going to tell you why you're here and what you do. Okay? So I was just like, all right, that makes a lot of sense to be a grid walker. So I'm sitting there and I just tap in and I said, Mother, you're getting the waters renewed. How is this affecting you? Do you know she sends me an image of what does a doctor do when a wound is, he's got to look at the wound, and after he does a surgery, before he sutures it up, what does he do? What's the first thing he does before he closes? I said he washes the wound. He flushes it out. He irrigates the wound. Exactly. I have wounds that needed to be irrigated so they will heal properly as I am advancing into my higher evolution of myself. And when she showed me that, she showed me this highest pristine water coming in. Excuse me. So she shows it, and it's super, super clear. And I'm saying, oh my God, that water is so clear. She goes, exactly. Wherever I have a wound and something there, I'm irrigating it. I'm being irrigated by the spirits of the new waters. Then she took it one step further and showed me this and said, and it says, so the waters are being renewed. When there is a wound, what does the doctor do? They irrigate the wound. They clean it out. So mother has many wounds that need to be healed. The old sleeping water has to be removed. Everything is being done in sections. Step into the waters of memories. Awaken what was meant to be forgotten. Renew the water codes within me. So when she showed that, I was like, got it. So all these places that are flooding, that have this water coming up from underneath, it's also taking care of those who think that are going to have a safe haven to go run and go into their little tunnels and their little protective areas and down in the ground to be safe. While we're supposedly going through hell and back above, they're going to go into their safe haven places and be safe. Really? Like I said before, and I am standing in this truth of who I am in my flame and in my spirit. As the galactic spiral light priestess Makala, if you think that going down in the ground in your safe little dugout tunnel, little, I don't care, homes to be, and you're going to be safe while everything passes over, that will be your tomb. You will never come out of it once you go down in that ground. You're not coming out. So I hope all of the xenomorphs do go take off and go into the ground. Please do. Hope you enjoy it while you can, because the way mother is clearing her wounds, do you not think that that's a wound? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. You guys have a way that you close the doors really tight down there, right? So nobody else can get in, but you guys gonna be safe, right? We'll look forward to digging up bones maybe 102 years from now, 102. You will not be safe down there at all. Period. Anyway, in the transmission. Anyway, I have some codes for you. Now, this is interesting. I went and took the Sacred Heart Code. I've used it before. I said, okay, I'll get the Sacred Heart Code and I'll implement that. And they made me go, stop. And I go, what? And I go, okay, I'll do the New Earth Portal one. And they made me go, stop. And I go, what? You are going to change those codes. Now, remember, I got that spark of light. Remember, I showed you what the new activational diagram that I drew, okay? That would be this one right here, okay? So I'm thinking to myself, all right, then what am I drawing? And then boom, I get the new codes. And then I get the other second part that activates with it. Rewrote the code. As I'm talking to you about it, and I'm just only looking at the numbers, I am becoming very hot. I could just imagine when I finally speak them and activate them, what they're going to do. I'm going to give you a few seconds or so, a minute, to go get a big glass of water. You're going to want to have the water next to this, because we are going to take a journey into the waters, but not in the waters of what you think we're going into. Oh no, we're going into a whole nother realm of water. And I can't wait to take you there. So go get a glass of water. Yeah, go get a glass of water. Yes, I'm on fire. Oh my God. I am just hot. Ugh. Jeez Louise. Haven't even said the numbers yet and I'm burning up. Okay. You should be back now. Do you have your glass of water? These are new codes. I also had to get into a new journal. I'm so happy. I wore the other one out. I wore the other one out so bad the whole thing was peeling back, the cover, and I'm like, gosh, you know, you're doing some good work when the cover's bending all back. Okay, so here is the new codes. Oh my gosh, I'm like so hot. All right. Are you ready? Here we go. Now, this is a new Sacred Heart code. Okay. Given to me today. So this one's going in. $48. 0000 48 48 1111 0000 activate. Okay, the new portal alignment code is this: 1111 777 1717 777 1111. Activate. Activate transmission. Take a deep breath there. Laha hani endera lodia. Nihena hara utusta. Rosnira ine akuturisia. Sayeta. All right. Let's go into the journey. Get comfortable. Drink part of the water. I'm like, what just happened? Okay. Drink part of the water. Allow yourself to get comfortable, for we are going to step into the new water, the new coded water of Mother Earth. Taking a nice deep breath. And as you take in a nice deep breath with the new activated sacral heart codes that were just given, just know those codes are floating all around you, in the ethers, in your subtle body, your mental body, your emotional body self, your physical and spiritual self, into the heart chakra. Feel the alignment as you just allow yourself to connect into your sacred heart, into the sacred high heart of yourself. Feel the beautiful emergence of a beautiful diamond white light, orb of light coming to you. This will be your safe portal of travel. As you merge with this beautiful orb of diamond white light, you are now centered in the center of it. You will now feel the living plasma within this orb, how this light floods your soul crown, your third eye, your throat chakra. As it moves into the heart space, the solar plexus, the sacral, the root, down into the earth star, and finally rooting into your water star. Feel the connection. Feel yourself at one with this beautiful plasmic orb of light. Take in a deep breath, breathe. Inhale, exhale it out. Breathe. Feel the gentle lifting. Feel the gentle lifting. And now feel yourself as you hover in this gentle lift, shifting through timeline dimensions to the highest timeline dimension where you can see and feel into all things sacred. Clarity is clear, telepathic communication is clear. You are anchored in to the highest, clearest part of Source Divine. Allow yourself to just be in the awe of this moment. Feel yourself moving and accelerating in a rapid speed. And all you're seeing now is this beautiful blue rays of light, gold rays of light, almost in a liquid form. Feel yourself as you're just traveling through this plasmic light as it becomes in its liquid form to support this travel, this journey. Feel yourself moving forward faster and faster. Take a deeper breath in. Exhale it out as you accelerate faster. Breathe, inhale. Exhale out as you are accelerating faster through timelessness. Breathe. And now, right before you, you see it all. You see this beautiful extension of the most epic, beautiful, clear, crystalline, clear as water you have ever laid your eyes on. This water is alive. This water has the new water codes. Now your plasmic orb that you are centered in is now bringing you into a hover right above this water. You see the glistening of the water. You see the codes. You see the life force of this water. This is the new divineness of the water. This water has no dating on it, nothing of artificialness in it. It is the original divine water of once when time began on the planet, before it was interrupted, before the planet became a hostage. This water is the new water life force, completely restored and was ready for just this moment that is taking place upon Mother Earth at this time. Now your orb is allowing itself to drop and descend down into the waters. Allow yourself to just drift down into the waters. And just be embraced by the waters around you. Feel the crystalline, feel the clarity, feel the water speaking to the waters that live within you. See the different rays of sparkled light as it moves through the waters, this divine water. As you descend into this water, moving deeper into it, the light is still carried around your sacred orb, moving down into the depths of the water, deeper down, but the light still glows. Breathe as you move deeper down into the glowing waters. Allow the waters to just become this bathing of water of light all around you. And now you start to feel your plasmic orb expand itself, and it allows this water to become one with it. As the waters start to slowly come up around your feet, your ankles, You feel the coolness, the tingling sensation of this new life force of this water as it is introducing itself to you. You feel the waters coming up around the lower part of the legs as it moves up to your knees, up through the thigh, around the hips. Now it's coming up all around the lower abdomen. Now it's rising up to your chest. Now it's rising up to the heart space. As it rises up to the neck, there's this sudden feeling, wait, can I? Should I? Yes, you will. Now the water rises up past the lips, past your nose, past your eyes, past your head. Now you are submerged in this beautiful, sacred water. And you realize you can breathe it. It is a new, compound, living force of water. And you can breathe it. And allow yourself to just feel that water as it just cradles you and moving into your nervous system. And it's just bathing your spine, your eyes, your ears, clearing so you will hear. All the water itself is just moving into your space of every part of your being, restoring and renewing you. Breathe. Feel the calmness in this water. Feel how it moves around you in such a beautiful spiraling effect. First, it's going to move out anything that doesn't support you energetically. Now it's going to spin and bring in all the divine connections, restoring the DNA in balance, communicating to the cells of the cells of the cells of the cells, into the bones, muscle tissues, blood vessels, all the plasmic tissues itself and fluids are being bathed with this beautiful crystalline water that is newly coated. Breathe. Feel the restoring. Feel the vibration. Feel how your body is allowing you to take this water in. Breathe. Feel this. Taking a nice deep breath. Hold the breath. Exhale the breath out. Breathe. Feel the expansion of your awareness. Feel the third eye pulsating with new rays of connections and seeing clearly. Feel your eyes being relaxed. Feel every part of you just floating in this water and being supported in these living waters. This highest crystalline activated Christ consciousness, pristine water. This water has an intelligence of its own divineness. Feel this water just fill up every part of you. Breathe. Feel the waters. Feel the waves coming through as it's communicating with every part of you on that cellular level. Feel the waters. Allow yourself to just feel connected. Breathe. Feel the codes coming in through the different rays of the lights of the gold and the blue, the hues of purples, moving through you in the emerald greens. Feel the waters speaking to every part of your spine, speaking through the nervous system. Feel this water restoring you. Feel the water removing suppression, all energies that have been suppressing you. Breathe. Oppression. Feel the release of that. Old beliefs under the artificial net energy. Feel the release as this water permeates and restores the actual new you. Feel the current flows through this water as the current comes through the element of electricity itself, brings in the rapid movement of energy through your body, surging through every part of you, surging through the heart, surging through the eyes, surging through the brain stem, moving down the spine, moving through the lungs, moving into the center core of the body, the light force, activating with this water, charging you up. Breathe. Feel the gentle charge as it moves down to the bottom of your feet and just rest right below the feet. Feel the charge pulse there, unblocking anything that's been blocked in the feet. So your feet are receiving this new charge energy. Now you're going to feel your orb coming back towards you, but yet again elongating in a way that's almost moving you into a jellyfish extension. Feeling all parts of you, the new codes being received. And now as it now comes back down, centering, and back into a beautiful orb, plasmic light. Feeling yourself feeling very connected, very restored, very renewed, emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Breathe. So no, those of you that carry Lemurian access codes, codes are being activated. New ones. Those of you carrying Atlantis codes, codes are being activated, restored, and renewed. Feel the most ancient of the ancient ones that have access to this water, that are the guardians of this water. The one and only, the great well. Thank you. Feel the tones and the vibration that are emanating from this great one. Breathe that in. Feel the vibrations as they ripple through the beautiful waters. And now there's a blast of light. Anchoring. Thank you. Give thanks as now the whirlpool of energy is circling around you and is allowing and moving you up to the surface of this beautiful waters. And as you're coming up to the surface in your beautiful protected orb of plasmic crystalline light that surrounds you, that's been restored, it's almost as though it is the perfect clearest, clearer than glass, crystalline, just floating you up As you once again are hovering above these beautiful new waters, you now are being pushed up, moving into the dimensions as you're being pulled back in the fast speed of light. Back into your sacred timeline of space, but a higher frequency, anchoring in on a more organic timeline, yet again, in the higher organic timelines of Mother Earth. Emanating this new frequency that has merged with you. And now your beautiful orb is emanating this beautiful silver, watery plasmic light, sealing in all the activations that you just received. Dropping its beautiful cord into that water star itself, anchored in, as it shoots that energy all the way up through the earth star, up through the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, into the heart, into the throat, into the third eye, and the crown, into the soul star, and beyond, into the anchoring light of Source Divine, the true source. Anchoring in, being fully activated and divinely aligned, and accelerated into your space. And amplified energy codes available. And as you breathe in, hold the breath, and release the breath, bringing both hands to the heart space, crossing over as that beautiful crystalline orb starts to disintegrate itself, residing back down into Mother Earth's energy, dissipating itself. As the silver iridescence illuminating light expands its light all array around you, sealing your auric field, making it very pristine, amplified, magnifying, receiving messages clearly from the divine and only the true source. Truly anchored into your true connection. And now that light is emanating strong around you, shielding out anything negative or non-divine. Take a deep breath in and say, I am present and restored and activated. I remember who I am. My flame is ignited. My flame is lit. My flame is bright. I remember who I am. Give thanks to the waters of the memories that are sacred. And when you are ready, slowly open your eyes at a gaze and allow yourself to come back and be here now. Hi, everyone. Are you back? Put a little love heart if you made it through, if you saw everything. Come on back. Are you back? Are you back? Oh, I got some love hearts. Did you feel it? Did you feel the difference of that water that is on our planet now? It's been here, but now since the waters are coming through like crazy, these waters have to push out all the programmed water that we've been living in. Yes. It has to move all of that stuff out. I'm getting goosebumps. I feel much cooler now since I've been in. How did you all feel when the big gray whale showed up? That's the guardian of this water. They have the frequency to guard the gateways when this water is being released. They're releasing it in waves in different sections. Part of the inter-irrigational water system from Mother Earth. So when she's having those areas that are wounded that need to be cleansed on a deeper level, this water comes out and cleanses and irrigates it. And when we see it come up, we're seeing it come up on the levels where we see it rise up. We're seeing it sweeping over places. We see it now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You need to see it from this point of view. You see it as water is being destructive and is flooding everything. But are you seeing the new water coming in and pushing out the bad? That's what you need to hear. Are you seeing how the water is being replaced? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely. Yeah. So all the sacred ones that are connected to the waters right now, all the waters that are being renewed and restored. How else can you break the spell? Is get rid of the water that was spellbound in the first place. That no longer has that life force in it, that's been chemicalized and alchemized to control. So now with this water coming in and flooding as it's coming in, yes, you're going to see dramatic things that are happening, but you have to remember this water is coming in, pushing out all the old stuff. And they're releasing it from deep within the canyons of Mother. And not only there, from above, because it's all sacred. So all the waters that have been interfered with are being moved out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's so much that all of you need to understand of the timelines that you're in right now, because everything is just gaming up on your visual and your senses to make you feel very overwhelmed with some of the things that you're hearing or seeing or feeling. And they're just bombarding you from every which way to keep you in compliance with the storyline, to keep you in that. But what if we were to tell you that the whole game plan was to keep you from really seeing the true future of everything, of what the world that you really do live in, how that was kept from you. And now with the new rays of light that is bombarding this planet to reveal the trueness around you so you can clearly see where you really have been living. This is what's happening right now. So just know this, anything that was put up into atmospheres to be distorted, to be a part of the distortion, has been destroyed. You will be seeing different things if you look closely. This is not to scare you. This is not to alarm you. This is not to make you feel uncomfortable. This is not to make you feel as though you're being threatened. This is to remind you where you are, of how your planet once was a beautiful crystalline planet of all living force, of waters that were sacred. Everything was beautiful. Everything was in harmony and balance and beauty. And then once they came and disrupt that flow, they broke off into different sections around her and took over and imprisoned all of you in a way, and having you be divided amongst yourself so that you would never understand the unity and the energy that flows around on this planet that kept you united in the first place. So we say to you, as the highest part of the consciousness, speaking to your divineness within you, past the artificial construct, past the artificial words, past energies that do not give to you that one thing it lacks: communication of love. That is the truth essence here. So this energy, we hope that you will start seeing the new birthing of mother right before your eyes. Do not take it as a part of destruction and chaos. For as she sheds her skin of her old layer, those things must be removed because they carried a frequency of imprisonment and sleep. And in order to move you out of that, those are the ones that are ready to move out of this energy and to move into their higher purpose of themselves. You will no longer see and be a part of that. Things will start to slowly make more sense. It will be almost frightening at first when you see it because it's new. It is not a looping energy playing in the field, auric field of Mother Earth, in a netting effect over all of you that keeps reiterating the same play, images, vibration, and tones and words to keep you submitted into that. These things a lot of you are already aware of and understand and know. This shows that you are now moving forward and out of that and giving yourself permission and not moving and staying into those same belief systems. For this is the hardest challenge, is to break you out of the construct of fear. Because this has been their tool. The main way to control is through fear. So we hope you see Mother as she's evolving into this beautiful higher level of herself as you are evolving. Everyone is moving in unison at the same time. As long as you are ready to make that purge and that move. Some will not be able to do this. Some will stay behind in the old timeline. But when the two worlds are moving, the old will stay in that old energy as the new world grows. And this is the process that's happening right now. And this is what you must understand. How important it is for you to know who you are and what your purpose is. Do not fall into the traps of meaningless information that would keep you separated, that would keep you divided, that would keep you in a place of hoping. Hoping of what? You get to create this simply merely by thinking and anchoring in, which is something that they don't want you to do. To know the power of that. Well, now you get to. And we are just waiting to see how far you will take it. We are not here to rescue. We are not here to babysit. We are here to witness you stepping into your flames, your light, your purpose, and activating and keeping it true. Because one of the hardest things that humans have to do and struggle with is to stay in their truth. This is what we're here for. End of transmission. Thank you. Okay, how's everybody doing? Get some water. All I was seeing was this beautiful, high glowing light energies. Oh, there's like several other ones. And it was just in this higher, and it was weird because whatever was gray and dark and artificial construct, it was like pushed out of the way, like, psh, and it was just nothing but all of this emanating light beings talking and saying their wonderful things. And I was like, okay, woo, all right. I feel a little high and feel a little drunk right here. Alrighty now. Are you ready? Let's do some cards. Did everyone get that message? I'm going to have to go back and play it for myself because when that's happening, I don't get to have the memory of it until I go back and read it and go, oh, that was said. Okay. I'm seeing the images and everything all at the same time. Oh, my head is getting hot. Here we go. All right. How's everybody doing? How are you feeling with that water? Did you like that water? Did you like it? Did you like it? Did you like it? It was so pretty. When the well showed up, I was like, oh, stop. I was like, it was so big. It was so beautiful. I was like, oh, look what showed up. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, soul contract. Visions of the soul through the portals. Oh, you're welcome. Yes, you are welcome. So, needless to say, after they dropped off my groceries and stuff, my friends ended up coming back because I told her I needed to get some more glass so I can do some more glass work. And they went ahead and went and picked me up more glass. She brought more pins so that I can use them to make some of my the sigil star alignment art onto the glass. And I'm like, okay. So they came back and I said, how you liking those stairs? Third time around. Second time around. It was like, yeah, it's hot. So, and then she brought me the kale chips. So I was very happy about that. Those kale chips are so good. Oh my goodness. And it's funny, when you eat kale chips, they're not really thick, they're thin. So of course they have like this really nice taste to them. Just, she said olive oil and just a little sea salt. And I'm just like, love it. So now I'm going to try to hang on to some of them. I doubt it though, because they're so good. I simply doubt it. All right, let's take a look at the message and see what's going on. Hold on, let me get one for the light one because we are doing the message of the dark. So what balances out that card? I really felt that water and the connection to it. It felt so good. I had no idea how it was going to turn out. I was just like, okay, let me just do this. Oh. Okay. So our first card from the dark message, which is the secret language of the darkness, because it goes with secret language of the light. Cannot have light without having dark. Cannot have dark without light. Cannot have salt without the pepper. Cannot have pepper without the salt. All right. So, oh my God, you guys. Okay, you ready for this? So remember, I mixed up. I pulled a card from this one. And I said, oh, well, let me pull a card from this one because I got to make sure I have it because they're, made by the same person. Are you ready? Okay, so pay attention. Pay attention. So the first card for reflection, examine thoughts and feelings. Examine thoughts and feelings. Here it is. Number 4. Are you ready? Okay, look at that. Kind of looks like the water energy. Yeah. Okay. Are you ready for the next one? Can't make this stuff up. Authentic truth. Card number 4. Oh my goodness. Authentic truth. Card number 4. Yeah. 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 When I saw the number, I was like, what? Okay, so then we have the ancestral lineage, number 35, as portal entry. Ancestral lineage. Yes, 4-4. Then we have our shaman's card, and it says angels. Angels. Then we look at the soul contract, and it says heart contract. Your soul shares a unique contract with another. Treasure the rare connection. Emotional bonds, soul agreements, love promises. So that's a good one to kind of take a look at. If there's still some old soul contracts with other people, and you're wondering what's the hang up, what's going on, did you break that soul contract and say I'm not agreeing to that anymore? In old relationships, when those love relationships are done, did you just finally clear that contract and said we are never coming back together again in any other lifetime to do any of the shenanigans? I don't care what you come, I don't care how much money you have, we're never again meeting up again. Because that's it. It's done. No, we're not doing it. Okay? Putting those type of contract energies out. And now for the star codes. Wow, I can't believe that we got this card again, except in a smaller card. But here's the first one. Can't make this up. Number 17, solar flares activate. Remember how we moved up through the levels? There you go. Activate. And then deliberate, discomfort, moving out of that discomfort. Now this card, I believe the day before, we had this card in the bigger size, and now we have this one. Looks like B. Looks like B. Yeah, it does look like B. Yes, it does. That's B energy. Okay, so those are the star code messages. So today, be good to yourselves and really take it easy. I gave you the codes. Put those codes. And I'll type those codes in, actually, so that you will have them. Hold on. Because those codes were really important of how they were changed. And I was like, interesting. And you know what kind of started it? I went down that rabbit hole and it was like, okay, hold on a second. I'm going to add these numbers up of these codes. Let me add that up. Da, 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 da. I added it up. And it came to a 9 energy. These long codes came to a 9 energy. And I was like, wow. How is that possible? It's coming to a 9 energy. Okay, I'm seeing myself there. Okay, and let me type it in. And you guys let me know if you can see it. Okay, I'm putting them here so you can utilize them. I have some feedback here. Okay, here's the first one. I mean, actually, that's the second one. That's the Earth Portal one. And then this is the heart code. Okay, so the heart code one is this. All right, there it is. All right, so the first one is moving into the higher earth code numbers. Okay, there you go. I'm going to click out of this. There you go. All right, so there's the codes there that you're seeing. Those were the ones that were activated. So the heart code one was activated, and then your new earth portal code was activated with this. All right. All right. Any questions? Ask now, forever hold your peace. Is everyone good? Before I move off, just watch when you see those waters, even though the ancient ones are coming and restoring and removing stuff, they're also sending out that signal that where these other beings think it's going to be safe for them is not. The first set is what again? The first set of are the new earth portal vibration. So that's like a new anchoring point for energy. So you stay anchored with the new earth. Now the new earth energy, because she's shedding all the old stuff, this is why it's so important to stay true to your frequency. Not buying into all the craziness that's going on. And I hope a lot of you do understand that certain beings and people you're seeing, they're clones. Okay? You got to understand this. And one of the things I thought was really interesting, remember when I was telling you when we were driving down the street, we were going to the grocery store, and it caught our eye that this building was being built, and we haven't seen it the whole week, and all of a sudden, there, out of the blue, there was this whole construct of this building being built right there, and we're like, wait a minute, we came through here less than a week ago. That was not here. And I said, yeah, a few days ago I came here, and that wasn't here. So we were kind of sitting on stupid. So I was shown a timeline, and this really kind of got me, and then it kind of really made sense about a lot of these sci-fi movies that we watch and how they're putting it right there in front of your face and telling you and showing you things. So remember the movie Ascending Jupiter Ascending. Remember that? Remember the scene where she finally first meets him, he rescues her, but the whole chase up in the air and the cities was being destroyed and all the buildings were being destroyed, and they finally get into a car and they're driving away, and she goes, oh my god, the whole buildings were all destroyed, and he goes, no, they'll be replaced. They won't look destroyed. And it just showed all of a sudden that the buildings were going back and being restored like it never happened. And she's like, what? What? I don't understand. So yeah, there's a lot of technology that a lot of you have been kept from that you're not used to seeing. So I started thinking about that building, and I started thinking about how people were talking about 3D printing buildings, and then was talking about replication machines, being able to get a replica. or I think it's called a rep. It was a little creature that they use in Valerian, uh, 100 planets, 1,000 planets, something like that, whatever that. It was a long ass thing. Valerian, 100,000 planets and cities and stuff. On that movie, they had a replica. It would replicate things. It would make things. Through this creature, it would make things. It would duplicate something. So I was just like, oh shoot, that's what's happening. That building is being constructed with the new 3D material, the 3D stuff. So, okay, so pay attention. You know how we always get excited? Oh, we got new technology. We got this. No, that technology is not new. Our phones, our laptops, all this shit is old. This is like 10, 20 years old. Remember, they give us the old stuff. As they keep getting all the new stuff, staying ahead of us. This is why a lot of us, when you are awakening, you're shifting through different dimension stuff, you're seeing things that you've never seen before. You're seeing different type of things. This is why when we hit that big shift and we were going in through the doorway of going into Aquarius, and then all of a sudden they started really emphasizing and showing the different stargates around us that are stargates. But you weren't seeing them as stargates. You were just seeing them as art, right? So now they're bringing that forward. Now you're seeing that. This is why when that surge of energy comes and it really bumps up those of us that are ready to hold and anchor that energy and walk with it, it's going to really piss a lot of people off because of the fact that in order to control the masses, they put us in this artificial timeline of what they want us to see. Just the same way as the movie, what was the movie with the girl with the dress? The Hunger Games. Same thing. The Hunger Games. The artificial stuff. All of that. They put you in that. So this is why it's imperative to understand how when you're looking at something, if it shifts automatically like that in front of you, then you go back and look again as it's different. You're not losing your mind. It's just the amount of shifting that's happening right now, not only just within you, but right in front of you, how it's happening. Okay? So I just sat back and I started thinking and I said, wow, they're using that technology. So somebody could be just going down that street, say like on a Wednesday, and then next Wednesday, that whole building's constructed right there. And they're wondering, wait a minute, I've been going down this street forever. How come all of a sudden I see this new building and I've never seen it before? Or, wow, they really put up this new home division so fast. Now that should really be making you think too, because if you pay attention, how many people are out there building the houses? How many do you see? But yet and still, all of a sudden, like, wow, they got all these homes up like that. I think they have been doing a long time back when everyone used to have the Mandela effect. Yes, exactly. They've been doing this. But see, here's the thing. Because of the amount of the lower vibration that they keep, because they had us underneath that construct. So if some big xenomorph or draconian beings walking next to us, you're just thinking, oh, wow, look at that. That's a really tall guy. Is he like to play basketball or something? Or is he a model? That's a big ass draconian walking next to you, looking like he's all that and a bunch of chips, but you're like, oh yeah, he's cute. But That's because his suit is mimicking an image in front of you. But now, game on. Because now they can't, they didn't plan it right. So now their shit ain't going to be able to hold. So instead of you going, oh, wow, you're going, oh, shit, what the hell's that? You know, because it glitched in front of you. And then they try to, hi. And then they turn it around. Was I glitching? Do you think the humans saw? Did you think, let's just get out of here. Okay, it's not working anymore. So you're going to have moments where you just kind of sit and you start paying attention. And then when those timelines do that overlay thing, and you're like, wait a minute, didn't I just do this? Didn't I just hear about this? Wait a minute, didn't I just do this? I could have sworn I just did this. Am I having a deja vu moment? Don't you hate when you have to ask your own self that? And your own self comes back with the same question that you just asked yourself? Your own self comes back. I just said it to you. You're just repeating back what I just said to you. You said it to me. I said it to you. So, yeah, we're in this flux right now. And this energy, I'm telling you, by the end of this month, yeah, there's just going to be a whole lot of cray-cray. I know a lot of I hate, but done this spiritual work and need to get back to my practice because, yeah, I see all this mess going on. Yeah. And even that's going to change. You want to know why? And I'm sorry. But even the way that we used to do things is going to shift because with a higher awareness, with a higher amount of codes that are coming in that you have to calibrate to, so you can utilize them for your new stuff, you're going to be doing things in an entirely different way. And let me tell you something. When your stuff really gets activated and you are really there, keep it to yourself. Just because I come on here and I share something, I'm not sharing some other stuff that's going on. Because I know they're watching. They're watching us. They gotta be all up in us, watching every fucking thing we do. Because they're so into us. They're so into us. You're so fucking into us. Why do you do the shit you do? And try to act like you want to be like us. That's kind of stupid, don't you think? I'm sorry. I just don't. I have no mercy now. I'm like, I look at people in banks, I see draconians and reptilians. Insurance company, draconians, reptilians. Grocery stores, owning the grocery store, they're not doing things right. When I look at the prices, I look at the code, how they code the prices for stuff. I have no mercy now. I figure you've been playing a game on us. Let's take the stakes higher. I can play it right back. I can get that poker look and look at you and go, hi, your move. I already made 10 moves, but you won't know where I made it. So you're going to find yourself getting to that place when you do that. When you make those shifts, you're going to really start feeling that. And it's not, don't do like some of my friends do. They go through this, I'm going to throw everything out and get it. Okay, fine. But you know what? Be watchful of certain medicine things that you're throwing out. Because is that you thinking or is that an implant to make you do that? Question everything. But don't let something govern over you to do that. Just because I like some of the things that certain people put out as content doesn't mean I trust everything underneath the moon and what they're saying. Okay? I have discernment. Empress put out something about tarot cards and oracle cards, and I listened. I said, yeah, that history's right, that history's right, that history's right. And then I was like, no, I don't agree with that, because when I get my cards, I like, a lot of us have ways that we're activating codes in the cards. So I end up blessing them up, or empowering them up, I should say, smudging them, and I get them charged up the way I want to use them. I take them out of what they were created energetically from to be. Okay. And I govern over that. That's how I see that. Same thing with the pendulum. I'm in connection to my higher self. Shit, I don't have to use a pendulum to douse out. I can become the damn pendulum. If I want to put something up on me and say, okay, if I go into a grocery store and I say, how old is, if just hypothetically, everybody don't panic. How old is that meat back there? Is that safe to eat? Has it been infiltrated? Is it all MRR or whatever in there? What is it? And you go through and you go swipe, reveal. Stand there and you kind of just look, and you just kind of, you want to receive information, so you're using your left hand, and you're just like, and if you start moving, you're asking questions and it's saying yes, your body's moving forward, that's your activation of your own pendulum. If you pick up something and say, can my body tolerate this today? And you fall immediately back, it's rejecting it. It's saying, hell no, you better not eat that. I'll have your ass up at 2:30 in the morning drinking Pepto-Bismol or some Atlanta. So you become the pendulum. You do that. I have no problem. Like I said, when it came to picking out the car, and I went on that lot and they had two cars of the same model that I was looking at, and I whipped out my pendulum in front of the salesperson. I didn't give a fuck what she was thinking. I'm the one that's going to be signing on the line, and they're going to go behind closed doors and go take it out of the trust and then make me pay for it when it's already paid for, it, assholes. Anyway, I'm going to take, yeah, all y'all, you know what you've been doing to all of us. Take the pendulum, and I went over the cars and I said, there's two of the same models, and I like this one because it has a tinted purple glass, something I would really like. And then I like this one, and I remember dousing it, and it kept, the purple one that I really wanted to get, it kept saying no. But I was going to push it anyway, and I went over to the other one, and the other one said yes, the car that I have now. So I went and sat in that purple car, and I literally heard this voice say, get out, this car is not for you. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go with the other model because I like that one better. Let's go test drive that one. And I got out of the car and I closed the door and I said, yeah, get out of that one. It had everything I wanted, the purple glass, everything. I don't have a problem with the pendulum now. And I did a pendulum over this other car. It was a Honda Fit. I wanted to get this one. It was a used one. It had low mileage on it. It had like 48,000 on it. I went ahead and I doused it out, and it said it had something in the engine. Something in the engine was wrong. And I was like, And she goes, you want to test drive this one? I said, sure. Got in the car. We're driving, and I'm trying to get it to go up the speed, and it's not going up the speed. I'm like, it's not having any pickup. She goes, oh, I think it's on Econ. And I'm like, there's no econ button in this. And then all of a sudden it starts doing this. And I'm like, I don't think this is a car that I want to get. She goes, I think I got to make I think this car needs to go in for a checkup. So we chugged back. And she says, just pull it up to the service department. Pull it up. She goes, let's go check out another car. I said, okay. So yeah, I don't have a problem doing my pendulum. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Why should you care? After all the stuff that they've done and how they've done it, these same ones that tell you you can't do that are the same ones out there doing it, and more so. The same ones that bark and tell you, oh, you can't do that. That is go to the devil. That is of the dark. These are the same ones turning around and they're doing it because they know the power. These are the same ones that know when planets line up that they can manifest exactly what they want. These are the same people that bark, but they are the ones that do it. They just don't want you, the one that actually has the power to call something in like that. They don't want you doing it. Because if you just got a little taste of a little bit of what you could do, they can't override you. They can't control you anymore. And then what if all of us did rise up and just stepped fully 100% in our power? This shit would have been over with. This would have been done. But no, we're too busy playing this pussyfoot game of, oh, we just gotta wait for more people to wake up. Fuck that shit. You ain't on the train yet and you didn't get your seat. You know, see you in another 26,000 years. Bye. I'm tired. I don't want to be waiting. We got work to do. We got shit to do. We got to get going. We ain't got time to be waiting on people to get their act together. You ain't got it together by now. We'll come back in 26,000 years for you. When you make the right decision. You need to loop, keep on looping. Goodbye. I'm sorry. But aren't you tired? I'm tired. I swear I'm so tired. I literally walk into stores now and say, if I see something that doesn't have human atmosphere or looks, I'm going to go after it. Say I'm going to expose it. They usually spot you first before you spot them. Because they don't want you to expose them. And they give you the panic look when they glitch. They go, did she see that? Yes, motherfucker, I saw you. Excuse my French. I saw you glitching way over there going down that aisle. You are not human. Like, it's time to leave now. Let's go. All right. I digress. My apologies. But I'm sorry. I just can't. And you shouldn't either. We're done. We are so done. It's not a theater anymore. There's no popcorn. There's no drinks. There's no seats. There's no advertisement for the next film. There's nothing. We're so done. Even Netflix couldn't help us right now. Even Hulu couldn't help us right now. We're so done. All right, lovelies. I will be on tomorrow, hopefully. Hopefully they're not saying that yet. Go find this one. I dare you. I don't think they want to mess with me because memory is not a good thing. Nope. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow for sure. And we will go into our next day and step into that energy. But pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your messages. Please journal. Take that time and just be in that space. All right? All right. I'll see you tomorrow for sure. If I don't, come looking for me, okay? All right. Let's talk. Bye.